film all that lot. Okie doke. Right, so today we're going to look at the legs, all right? And it's going to culminate in an asana called dancer pose. Now, a few of you probably touched on the dancer pose, but we're going to do it a little bit slower this time, so people kind of go into it, you know, quite quickly, if it's within the actual practice. But if we kind of separate it a little bit, we can understand it a little bit more. So what I'm going to do, break it away, and we go to the wall and we'll do it properly. Okay, so it's basically, it's a good back strengthener as well as sort of flexing the front. So we're going to work on building up to that pose. So we work on the hip flexors, we work on the hips, just to get that flexibility, all right? So dance pose, we just start off like so, and then we're pushing out into our hands and sort of coming down as we do that. Now, a lot of people kind of leave it there because the flexibility of the hip flexors is sort of hindering that posture. Hopefully not, once we've gone through what we need to go through. Anything I need to know about at all? Everyone okay? Perfect. All right, in that case, come into your easy pose. And what I would like you to do is just bring your butt cheeks back slightly so you can really feel your sitting bones on the mat. And then what I would like you to do is just pay attention to your hips and pay attention to your hip flexors and just see if they're really tight, like we've got tension in there. And if you have, just flutter the legs. And we're going to direct the breath to our hips, to the root chakra. Okay. And you could continue doing that until you feel a little bit more relaxed. But what I would like you to do is take a nice big, deep in-breath. Okay. And now just understand, connect with your breath, and are you kind of breathing really shallow? If you are, I'd like you to deepen your breath. And what we're going to do is, as we inhale, we're going to bring our bellies outwards. And then we're going to fill up the chest. And then we're going to come, the very last bit of breath, we're going to come up to the clavicle. And then on the way out, the clavicles relax, the chest relaxes, and then the belly comes in towards our spine to completely release all the breath. And what that's doing is making us use all parts of the lungs, so we're getting more efficiency with our oxygen, with our breath, okay? So in your own time, just take that big deep breath. Start right from the belly, all the way up, so it's like a wave, all the way up to the clavicles. And then as you exhale a little bit, and then a bit more, and then a bit more, until the belly comes inwards, in towards the spine. Now just continue doing that, but what I would like you to do now is just pay attention to your body. Where you feel tension or tightness, just direct that breath to the place. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Especially if you've had a bit of a day back at work on a Monday, just use that breath to just breathe out anything you need to really become present, to let go of all that tension you can. Okay, on your next breath, elongate the spine. And then on the outer breath, bring your shoulders blades back, squeeze them together and bring them down. And remember, in most poses, that's what you've got to do with your shoulders, okay? Now I want you to imagine your root chakra. Imagine now it's building up energy. And that energy is coming up through your body, preparing you for today's practice. Giving you that energy. Okay. So just open up your eyes. And what we're going to do is inhale, bring your hands upwards, bring your palms together. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the palms down via the third eye to the chakra, to the heart chakra. Inhale, bring your hands up. And once again, imagine there's a line coming all the way down, just bringing everything together. Inhale up again. And as we exhale this time, just bring your gaze down towards the floor, stretching the back of the neck. And then as we inhale, raise the head up, release your arms. And as we exhale, we bring our right ear to our right shoulder. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, down the other side. Releasing the shoulders down. Okay, inhale, raise up. Exhale, relax. Bring the shoulders upwards on the next inhale. As you exhale, just bring them backwards, squeeze them together. And make sure all the time we're doing this, we're engaging the core as well, but releasing the hips. It's hard, isn't it, to engage and then relax it all at the same time, but you'll find it. Okay, and then backwards. Okay, inhale, take the arms up, and we're going to bend down to the right side. Bending over, showing the heart, shoulders back. Inhale, raise up, and then to the other side. Flexing the spine. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, down the other side. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, down the other side. And do that one more time on each side. So I've got to put some music on. Okay, once you've done it, on the other side, bring yourself to a neutral spine. And then we're going to inhale, take your arms up again, and just rotate round to the right side. Keep breathing nice and evenly. Bring your body forward. And inhale, take your arms up again. And we're going to go around the other side this time. Okay, and bring your body forward. Just come onto your hands and knees. And we're going to come into our cat and cow pose, or table pose, ready for our cat and cow. Spread the fingers out. Make sure the hips are below the knee and the shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Inhale, as we do, we're going to bring the belly down, looking up, creating that extension of the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring the belly, the shoulders upward. Bring your chin towards your chest. Remember to engage the core. Inhale down. Exhale up to cat pose. Working with our breath. Inhale down to cow pose. Exhale up to cat pose. Okay. Come into a neutral spine. All I'd like you to do now is just warm up the wrists. Flick the fingers. Oh, by the way, we're going to slow it down a little bit today after the pulse raiser, the sun salutations. We're just going to keep it nice and easy. Not as mad as we normally do it. All right, and then rotate round, and then back round the other way. Okay, when you're ready, take your socks off, come into a downward dog, and just push your heels down towards the earth, feeling the stretch in the back of the legs. What we're going to do before we go into our sun salutations, we're going to do a little bit of mobility, all right? And stretching of the hamstrings and behind the knee. Lovely. So what we're going to do, can you move your feet back a little bit? Now, do you feel that a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a really good downward dog there. Relax the shoulders, bring them back and down. Drop the head, push the chest towards your thighs. Just going to push people down slightly, if that's okay. There we are. So bring the push the chest towards the thighs, okay? Because there's a lot of rounding of backs at the moment, and if we actually push the chest towards the thighs, that's good, good. All right. And what I would like you to do is look upwards, and what I would like you to do is just step forward outside each of your hands. And when you're ready, come into a squat position. Now, you may have to use your block to sit on if you're not happy. You might want to widen your stance a little bit. You could come up onto your toes, whatever makes you feel comfortable. What we're trying to do is push the hips forward, all right? Let me switch around. Push the hips forward, and in a moment, we're just going to get a little bit more mobility in the hips. So we're going to, your armpits is where your knees should really go, okay? So that's what we kind of got to work towards. And this is a stance, a preparation stance for when we go into like crow pose, all right? But at the minute, we're just going to get a little bit of mobility. So pushing out on the inner knee, inner thigh, with our elbow. That's all right. If we fall, we could get back into it. It's absolutely all right. This does need a little bit of practice, if I'm honest. I used to be up like that because it just didn't work. All right, what we're doing, we're inhaling as we come inwards and then exhaling as we push outwards. Inhale, and we're bringing the knees in, and as we're exhaling, we're pushing out the knees. All right, it's just a nice bit of hip mobility. Everyone's looking pretty sharp here. Okay, inhale. Just doing this a couple of times. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, what we're going to do now is place. We're going to do this again in a second, but place our hands on and just come upwards into a forward fold. And then we're going to bring our bodies up vertebrae by vertebrae. And you're going to grab the block, put it to the right, front right of your mat, and we're going to go into something called good mornings. So feet hip width apart. Place your right foot on the block so your heel is on the deck. Hands on the hips or to heart center. And we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, make sure the hips are square. We're going to hinge at the hips and just come down, and you should feel a pull behind your knee. And then we're going to inhale, rise up. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up. And exhale down. These are called good mornings. Inhale, rise up. And exhale down. One more, rise up. And as we exhale down, we're going to hold. And you should be able to feel that behind your knee. If you've tensed up, just allow yourself to relax into the posture. Okay? All right, inhale, rise up. And we're going to take the block over to the left. And this is going to assist your sun salutation, all right? Hands to heart center on hips. Inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to come down. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, down. Inhale, raise. Exhale, down. Inhale, raise. Exhale, down. Inhale, raise. Last one. And exhale, down. And hold. And inhale, raise. Bring your feet to the side edge of the mat again. And we're just going to come back down into our squat position. And we're going to do exactly the same again. So just bring your hands in, your elbows in, and then press the elbows against the inner leg. And just notice where you feel tight. Just observe it. And when you're ready, place your palms down, and we're going to do another set of good mornings. To bring your hips nice and high, raise up vertebrae by vertebrae, take the right foot forward. But instead of doing good mornings, what we're going to do instead is inhale. As you exhale, we're going to come down. You're going to take your palms and place your pinkies together like so. And what we're going to do is just bring our head down, and we're just going to bounce for a couple of breaths, like so. Now, if you're feeling a little bit, I don't particularly want to do this, because it is bouncing, you can just stick to your good mornings. Okay, so if you want to do this one, stacking the fingers up and just trying to get your head down onto your thumb, you could do that one, or you could stick to good mornings. Okay? Now, for those, so your fingers have got to stay by your foot. Nice. Well, I'll try and get there. Yeah, and you try and get your head down. Does that make sense? Yeah, you got it. You got it. Now, can you feel the pull in the back of the legs? Now, clearly, if you're feeling it and it's not feeling too good, then please come out of that and do good mornings. But once you've done that, take your left foot on there and just do five of those. And these are really good exercises to assist with hamstring flexibility and mobility, of course. Okay, once you're ready, come up into a Tadasana. And notice when you're doing Tadasana how it feels on your hamstrings. Okay. Inhale, take your arms up. We're going to do about 5 rounds of this. Exhale, down, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to a half fold. Exhale, plant the palms down, step back into plank. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knees down, then the chest. And inhale, raise up to Sphinx pose. Push the hips down and come back into a downward dog. And step through, jump through, into a half fold. Exhale, fall forward fold. Coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, down, forward folding. Inhale, rise up to a half fold. Exhale, plant the palms down, step back into plank. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knees down and chest. Inhale, rise up to cobra. And now really press your hips down, engage the core, and then back to downward dog.
Okay, jump forward, step forward into a half fold, shoulders back. Exhale, full forward fold. And coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Exhale, hands to heart center. Tadasana. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, down, forward folding. Inhale, rise up to a half fold, shoulders back. Exhale, plant the palms down, step back into plank. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the whole body down or place your knees down on the earth first. And back to downward dog. Okay, inhale, let's take the right leg up to the sky. Put a bend in the knee, bring it all the way through, stacking in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee down. Inhale, rise. And as we exhale, we're going to push those hips forward. Make sure our knees stacked over our ankle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the hands down. Come back to a downward dog. Inhale, take the left leg up to the sky. Bring it all the way through, stacking in between your hands. Drop the knee down. Inhale, rise up. And exhale forward with your hips. And just feel the hip stretch. Sorry. Just feel the hip flexors stretching. Okay, that's what we're looking for today. Make sure the knee, bring your foot forward if your knee's not above your ankle. Okay, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back into a downward dog. Okay, jump forward, step forward into a half fold. Shoulders back. Exhale, full forward fold. Coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. 2 more to go. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's make it flow. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward folding. Coming down. Inhale, rise up. Half fold. Exhale, plant the palms down. Step back into plank. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the body down. Inhale, rise to cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, bring the right leg up to the sky. Bring it all the way through, stacking in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee down. Take the right foot towards the edge. And all we're going to do is push the inner knee outwards. So your hips are forward still as well. And you can bring your sole of your foot off the floor if you need to. Okay, inhale, come forward, draw the foot back in, and then push back into a downward dog. Same with the left leg. Inhale, take the left leg up to the sky. Bring it all the way through, stacking in between your hands. Take the knee down, walk the left foot outwards, and push your foot out. A foot, inner knee out. So you're still getting the hip flexor stretch as well as opening up the hips. I'm going to do a little bit more of this shortly. All right, and come back inwards. And step back to downward dog. And jump forward, step forward into a half fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Exhale, hands to heart center. We've got another one to do. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, down, forward folding. Inhale, rise to a half fold. Exhale, plant the palms down, step back into plank. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the body down. Inhale, rise to cobra or up dog. And back to downward dog. Inhale, take the right leg up to the sky. Great stuff, girls. Bring it all the way through, stacking in between your hands. Inhale, rise up to high lunge or high crescent. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the hands down. Come back to a downward dog. Inhale, take the left leg up to the sky. Put a bend in the knee, bring it all the way through, stacking in between your hands. Inhale, rise up. And as we exhale, we bring our hips down. Inhale, exhale, plant palms down, come back into a downward dog. And we're going to jump forward, step forward into a half fold. Oh no, we're not. And exhale, full forward fold. And we're just going to plant the palms down, step back into a downward dog again. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, draw the knees down to the earth. Okay, take a couple of breaths. Okay. All right. Take the right hand out in front, left leg to the rear. Gain your balance. Inhale, lengthen. As we exhale, we're going to take our right hand back to our left foot. And what I would like you to do, as you're like this, just push upwards. So you bring in your right shoulder back, and your knee should be parallel to the ground. So your thigh should be parallel to the ground at least. All right, so we're just pulling it up. Remember, you've got your blocks. You can put your left hand on the block if you need to. All right. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your hand down. Give yourself a couple of breaths before we go on the other side. Okay, left hand out to the front, right leg to the rear. Square off the hips. Breathe, get your balance, engage the core. Okay, inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bring the left hand back onto the front of the right foot. And then as we inhale, we're going to push in to the foot with our hand, into the hand with our foot, making sure the knee is at least parallel to the ground. Left shoulder backwards. Continue. Continue. You can look back as well. It's okay. You can look back. All right. And release there. And just pop back into a child's pose. Just give yourself a couple of breaths. Whilst you do that, I'm going to grab some water. And then on your next. Okay. All right, and raise your body up. Turn your toes under, push up into a downward dog. Okay, and just press the heels down. All right, inhale, bring your right leg up to the sky. Put a bend in the knee. You're going to stack it in between your hands. And we're going to keep the knee high, unless you do want to bring it down. So whatever's available to you today. Take your right foot outwards, bring your left arm inwards, and we're going to inhale, lengthen, exhale, draw your elbows down to the earth. So what you want to do is really kind of get the elbow, the shoulder right on the inside of the thigh. That's right, use your blocks if you need to. Always available to you. And please place your knee down if you need to. Bring your hips nice and low. And this is our lizard lunge. Okay. And breathe. Make sure as well that your knee is in line, stacked over your ankle. So if it's not, just bring your foot forward slightly. Okay. All right. And let's raise upwards. Bring your foot in slightly. Take the left hand right by the right foot and twist upwards into our lunge twist. Once again, your knee can always go down. Bend right into that front knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the hand down. And what we're going to do is just come into a squat. So take your right leg outwards and you're going to bring your left foot upwards. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your bum down to the earth. And you should be feeling a little bit more kind of supple in the hips. And we're going to inhale, rise up. With our hips, bring your feet in slightly into a forward fold. Just kind of counteract the poses. And then we're going to take the left hand on the outside of your right foot, or your right ankle, should we say. Palm faced out. And then we're going to inhale, twist to the right. Put a bend in the left leg if you need to, which might assist with the twist. Try and get your right shoulder backwards a little bit, so you're in line. Looking good, ladies. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the hand down. And coming up vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Tadasana. Just give yourself a couple of breaths here. I'm going to do that again, but on the other side. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, down, forward folding. Inhale, rise up to a half fold. Exhale, plant the palms down, step back into plank. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the body down into chaturanga. Inhale, rise up to cobra. Exhale, back to downward dog. And this time we're going to go for the left leg into the sky. Put a bend in the knee, bringing it all the way through, stacking in between your hands. Walk the left foot out slightly. Bring both of the hands in. Once again, your knee is right up by your armpit, if you can, if that's available to you. What you might have to do is bring the hips down to allow that to happen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the elbows down to the earth. Just adjust where you need to. Bring the hips down if you need to. Draw the knee down if that's more comfortable for you today. Just twist around. Okay. And rise up a little bit with your elbows. Draw your left foot in. Place your right hand down and twist out to the left. Okay. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the hand down. And place the hands on the inside. Take the left foot out again. I'm going to step through into our squat. And hopefully you should feel this squat position a little bit better now. I know if you haven't done this for a while, it does take a little bit of, yeah, that hurts a bit. It takes a bit of getting used to. All right, and once again, place your palms down and bring your hips nice and high. Draw your feet together. Take your right hand on the outside of the left foot, left ankle, and then we're going to twist to the left. Could put a bend in the right knee if you need to. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the hands down. And we're going to come up vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, I'm going to give you a few more breaths so you can have some water. Yeah, I was a bit too quick last time. All right. And then when you're ready, just take your breaths, turn to the right into Tadasana. Okay, perfect. Now, what we could do is either jump out or just take your feet outwards. We're going to take a nice big stance out. Push the hips forward. Take your feet outwards. Guess what's coming next? Inhale, let's take the arms up. As we exhale, we're going to come into goddess pose. So bend into the knees, but rather than allow the knees to go forward, you're going to bring your hips back like you're about to sit in a chair and bring your hands to heart center at the same time. Lovely. Straighten the back. Strengthening up the legs. Okay, inhale, lengthen, so straighten up your legs, bring your feet inwards, hands on the hips, inhale, and then as you exhale, we're going to forward fold, bringing the hands downwards. Okay. And we're going to be pushing out on the buttock. Okay, and what I would like you to do is come down onto your knees. So draw your knees down, bring them together. I'm going to take the right foot outwards. So we're going to go into gate pose and then half moon. So inhale, we're going to bring the left arm up and bend into the straight leg. Should be able to feel this in the sides of your body, stretching just above the hip. And if you want a little bit more in the groin, take your right leg out a little bit and bring your foot upwards. It's giving you something in the groin now. Okay, inhale. As we exhale, we're going to place the left hand in line with our knee and then bring the right leg upwards, drawing your arm up towards the sky. Square up the hips, square up the body. Push the hips forward. Now, this may hurt, all right? What you think is a easy move actually really kind of gets the hips. So just breathe through it. Legs should be parallel to the earth. Okay, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the body, draw everything down. We're going to come back into onto our knees, push upwards and just walk back into our wide leg forward fold. Left, come round to the left, draw both of your feet through, coming into our low lunge. All right, and now we're going to go into pigeon pose. So you might want to have your block available to you. Bring your foot downwards and your outside of your buttock on the floor or actually on the block. And when you're in pigeon, if you can adjust your foot, bring it through, bring it forward, and also have a little 90-degree angle in your foot as well. It protects your knee, all right? And we're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. You can come up onto your fingertips, onto your blocks. You should be able to feel it on the outside of your hips. Now, if you would like to go one further, you can bring your rear foot up, and all I want you to do is press into that foot and then press it down. And this is helping your hip flexors. Inhale, and then exhale. And if you're happy just to continue with pigeon, that's absolutely fine. Okay, release. Plant your palms down, and we're going to push back into our downward dog. Just to counteract. Okay. Going to take the right foot up into the sky. Bring it forward, stacking in between your hands. Swing up into a warrior two. Let's reverse the warrior. Back into the warrior two. Straighten up the front leg. Hips forward. Reach for the front and then come into our triangle. Lovely. All right. Bring your hands up your leg if you feel like you're poking your butt out. Just, that's it, that's it. All right. Okay, back to warrior two. And low lunging, come down. And push the legs back into a downward dog. We're going to move for a vinyasa. So come into your plank. Release yourself to the ground. Inhale, rise to cobra. And we're going to stay in cobra for a little bit. Because what I would like you to do is push your hips down to stretch off not only the hip flexors, but your stomach muscles as well. And then come back into a downward dog. Okay. Where are we going? Sorry, I've got to figure out what leg. Inhale, take your right leg up to the sky. Put a bend in the knee, bringing it all the way through, stacking in between your hands. What I would like you to do is walk out and face the left side of your mat, so the long edge of your mat. Into a wide leg forward fold. And now take your feet out to the sides, put a bend in the knees and rise up into goddess pose. Adjust your feet if you need to. And imagine sitting back on a chair. Widen the hips where you can. And straighten up the legs. Bring your toes forward into a wide leg forward fold. So hinge at the hips, come down. And we're going to bring the legs together, down onto the knees. Take your left foot outwards. Inhale, come up. All the way up. And as we exhale, we're going to come down to the left, stretching to the straight leg. Bring your hips forward. Open up your heart. And inhale, rise up. We're going to take the right hand down in line with our knee, and then bring the left leg up parallel to the earth. This is strengthening the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee down. Coming into the center of our mat. Sorry, it's just escaped me where we are. Wide leg forward fold, sorry. Wide leg forward fold, my apologies. And then we're going to come round to the front, so come round to the right. And this is where we go into our pigeon, so make sure that you've got, it's because I'm the opposite way round, that's why. Make sure you've got your block ready. Bring your leg downward. Plant your block. You don't have to have your block, it's just that my hips are tight, so I like to have that elevation. Okay, you can either hold it like this, get comfortable. If it's too easy for you as well, pull your front foot forward and make sure your hips are squared off as well. And if you want a little bit more of a challenge, bring the left leg up. But what I'd like you to do is push in. Make sure your left knee is in line as well. and push into your foot into your hand. As you exhale, bring it forward. Inhale and exhale. And what we're doing here is helping, not only are you helping the outer glutes, you're also doing the hip flexors of the other leg, all right? So when you're ready, come back into your downward dog, push up. Okay, inhale, take the left leg up to the sky, bringing it all the way through, stacking in between your hands, and then raise up into a warrior two. Reverse the warrior. And then we're going to come into a triangle, so warrior two first. Straighten up the leg, hips forward, stretching out to the front until you can't anymore. Make sure you're still in line. And then we come down. So bring the left hand, so palm facing forwards. If you feel like your butt is pushing out, just raise the left hand up your leg a little bit more, or use the blocks. Okay, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw, bend into the front leg. And we're going to come into our low lunge. Come backwards into downward dog. Up on the toes. Into a plank. Lower the body down. Inhale, rise to cobra. Just stay in cobra for a little bit. And exhale back to downward dog. And we're just going to take 5 breaths. Bring your knees down. Push your hips back into a child's pose. And just allowing your body to rest and recuperate, ready for the next phase. Okay, just rise up. What we're going to do is either remain on your mat, or you can find the wall to stand against. If you are against the wall, what we're going to do is be about a foot away. And if you're on your mat, that's fine. And all we're going to do is plant our foot down, get our balance, bring this leg to the rear, push your hips forward, take your right hand upwards, and we're just going to come down to the wall, and we're going to then push outwards into our hands. So you're creating your thighs come in parallel to the floor. So instead of staying like this, you can stay like it clearly if that's what you're comfortable with today, but we're pushing it out. If you're more than comfortable, just go into dancer's pose. Okay. You don't have to go to the wall. You could stay on your mat if you feel comfortable doing it. So about a foot away from the wall, a bit closer in. That's it. Bit closer in. Okay, hips forward. Just plant your right foot down, spread your toes. There's a bit of space up here. There's a bit of space up there. I don't bite, honestly. All right. Plant your right foot down. Just bring your left leg off the floor a little bit. And then bring your left leg up towards your bum. Oh, geez. And just hold it. Hold it until you gain your balance. Push your hips out. Engage the thighs, engage the core. Inhale, take your right arm up to the sky. And what I would like you to do is just move a little bit forward so your hand is touching the wall, so you've got your balance, and then push outwards and upwards with your left leg. Notice where the tightness is. Okay. We're just going to straighten up a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I was going
Yeah.
down.
No, you do. You tend to kind of go down. But what you will get the, just square off your hips a little bit more. You will get like the kind of back bend feel. It's because you're extending your spine. So if you know, like your cow pose, your cow pose, you're kind of doing that, but you're bringing your leg up. So you know, like we did the cat balance at the start. So it's bringing your leg as parallel as you can to the floor. So I'm just going to push this upwards. Is that okay? Yeah. So if there's a little bit of a struggle, it's because the hip flexors are really tight. So it's just working on those hip flexors. You okay? Yeah. Good. Just come up slightly. But still keep that. You got it. I know, it's like trying to get it. All right. Move your attention onto the other foot. And at least you know you could go home and practice this against the wall. And if you needed to, you can hook your foot up onto a chair or something. So you're stretching off the hip flexors. Okay, so remember, gather your balance first. You're right. Got it. And that's it. Except, if you could stand forward a little bit more, that's it. And then you don't have to lean so far forward. Okay, so that's it. Open up the shoulders. That's a lot better. So I'm gonna. So there is pretty tight, right? Or it could be up there. You've got your psoas muscle down there. Now, if you would love to give it a go on your mat, please do so. Have a little. You've got a couple of minutes just to have a play, and then we'll relax. You can also use your straps here to work on the flexibility of your hip flexors. Remember, focus on something. Focus on something. And this is definitely a sunset pose. Do you know what I mean? All right. Okay. When you're ready, come down. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your body down into a forward fold. Inhale, up, half forward fold. Plant your palms down. Okay, what we're going to do is step back into a downward dog. Bring your knees down. And cross your legs at the rear, coming into a seated position. All we're going to do now is inhale. As we exhale, we're going to forward fold. Remember, hinge at the hips. Bring your chest down towards your thighs and your head down. And allow yourself to relax. Your hamstrings should be feeling amazing. And it's all about practice. It's all about telling your brain and your muscles that you need to have more flexibility, more mobility. Okay. Inhale, raise up. And when you're ready, come into our lying position once you've got all your warm stuff on. And just prepare for relaxation. Okay. And just begin to just slow your breathing down. And this is a nice anchor with this music, and coming down into your Shavasana corpse pose gives you that sense of you're about to relax. So allow your body, give yourself permission to completely relax. Connect with your breath. And remember from the start, if you're shallow breathing, just breathe right down into your belly. And just remember to begin and give yourself permission to relax. Right now, you have nothing to think about. So turn your attention to your forehead and allow your forehead to just relax, release any tension. That relaxation is falling around the eyes to relax them, and around your jaw. Now just allow your neck and your shoulders to completely relax and feel heavy.